There he is. There he is.
I missed you,
Bob.
Misty Rose.
How you doing, dude?
I'm wearing it a little bit this morning. Not a big deal. I'm here.
How were how were the seats at SoFi Stadium?
That was great, man. That place is a palace. It's beautiful. It looks new, which I guess makes sense because it is new.
Yeah.
But they did a really good job. I had a great time last night.
Good. Good. We'll discuss a little bit later as you were at the Rams-Bears game watching your new best friend, Matt Stafford, make his Rams debut.
Good, too.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You know who else looked good in Los Angeles? Newcomer, Max Scherzer. Congratulations on becoming the 19th member of the 3,000 strikeout brigade, all while taking a perfect game into the 8th inning against the San Diego Padres. So when I mention the name Max Scherzer, what is the first thing that comes to mind for you?
Honestly, dude, he's just so dominant. And I was thinking, like, how could I explain what I feel about Max Scherzer? To me, I think about how hard it is to game plan for him. And there's some pitchers that you can say, okay, here's the report, here's what he throws. I've faced him before, so I know what his pitches do. Max isn't one of those guys. Doesn't matter how many times you face him. Like, his stuff is just different. It moves too much. It moves late. He's entering all quadrants of the zone on you. He can command like 3-4 pitches. Like, that's why he's so good. You know, it's really, really hard to game plan for him. Yesterday, he had the changeup working. There was one at bat, the Tatis strikeout in that immaculate inning. He went heater upstairs, slow curve, and then like a nice little tight slider. 3 pitches in a row, and Tatis had no chance. One of the best hitters in the game had no chance. So he's dominant, man. But I love watching him pitch, and then now, especially in that Dodger uniform, he looks good, Chris.
Sure does. .88 ERA, that ain't bad. It'll play, as we like to say. For me, it's a few things. You know, Scherzer said afterward that there's a lot of guys who have the ability to get to 3,000 strikeouts, but they don't have the durability to get to 3,000 strikeouts. And to me, that is such a big thing. We've seen a lot of great pitchers who have put together a few good seasons, but they break down. Or they'll give you 25 starts a year instead of 32. Every year from 2009 through 2018, he gave you at least 30 starts. Then he dipped down to like 27 in 2019. Last year, obviously, was a wash because of the pandemic. But this year, he's going to get back over 30 at 37 years old. And it's not just giving innings. It is giving top-flight dominant innings. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see a player in the history of the sport get a $200 million plus free agent contract and say he was undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
He has blown the doors off of that.
People say that's the best free agent contract ever given out. Like,
maybe in sports.
And they're saying he's the best trade deadline acquisition ever. Like, well, that's the same guy.
See, that's the part of the narrative to me that still could be written. Like, I think the Giants are going to hang on and win the division. I think it's going to come down to a do or die. And I think that the Dodgers are going to throw Scherzer out there. So what they could do is save their season with a guy who was not a part of their plans heading into 2021. And to me, it would just add to the resume.
Yeah. Can you imagine having Walker Buehler on your team and not throwing him in a one elimination game? That's how crazy the Dodgers team is.
Right? If you had a choice right now, it wouldn't even be a choice. You'd be like, here, Max, here's the ball.
I think I'd have both of them up. That's what I think. I'd have Walker ready to go. And Arias too. All of them.
It's pretty, and they get Kershaw back tonight.
That's some ammo,
by the way.
Yeah, that's some ammo.
Yeah. By the way, if Scherzer does win his 4th Cy Young, and we're going to talk about Corbin Burns in a minute, so he's going to get hard pressed by him and his teammate Walker Buehler. He will join Roger Clemens, Greg Maddux, and the unit Randy Johnson as the only players in history with at least 4.
That's crazy.
And he is he's killing. All right, Sunday Night Baseball got a little dicey. Mets, Yankees, crazy emotional series. What was your whole take on what happened with Lindor and blowing the whistle and Stanton stopping in between 2nd and 3rd?
I just don't understand why someone would get so mad about a team picking up a tell on a pitcher. That's what it was all about, right? They thought that they were doing that against Taijuan Walker. He went and obviously maybe fixed something because his whole outing turned around after VR went and said something to him. But, like, that's just part of the game. Like, if you want to get upset if the people are doing what the Astros are doing, I understand that. But if Walker's glove is tilted this way on a curveball and this on a heater, which I'm going to go check out, by the way, what you can't get mad at that. Like, I don't understand why he's so upset. I get you don't want it to happen to your team, and he's allowed to act however he wants. He hit 3 homers, man. Do whatever you want when you hit 3 homers, but I just don't understand. I know for a fact that Lindor and all the Mets have at some point tried to pick up a tell on a pitcher. So I don't get the whole thing. And it happened in the other series too with the Orioles and the Rays. Like, it's part of the game. We can't let the Astros scandal take this part out of the game. This gamesmanship. This is real baseball. So, like, I don't understand why he got so upset.
I don't either. Here's what I would say. I liked it that these teams were fiery. If I were fans of both, I would say, okay, let's utilize that and bring it in to the final 3 weeks of the season, because at times both these teams have kind of sleptwalked through the season, particularly as of late. Like, I would want to use this as fuel. If I'm Francisco Lindor, I actually say my Mets career started last night because it has not gone well for him. As a lifelong Lindor fan, I can tell you he's been a different guy this season, and I don't want him to lose his passion for who he is, for what separates him. Part of the reason you paid him $341 million wasn't just to have a 3-homer game, wasn't just to play Gold Glove defense. It was to bring a different sort of energy inside the stadium, to be a leader. I think he's gone a little wayward, but I think he's got to continue to be himself as well. And if that means doing a little whistle thing to get himself fired up and maybe to get his team focused on something, I'm good with it. Like, I don't get why he was upset. But if he needs that to get this team to go 15-3 in their last 18 games, so be it.
I love that narrative. And in fact, I think, like you said, it kind of works for both teams. Both teams need to go.
Yeah.
So this was the wake-up call both needed. Like, hey, man.
Pick it up, man. Pick it up. And kudos to Brett Gardner. The best thing out of that was when he did this.
He's funny, dude.
I did not expect that out of Gardner. That was good.
Do you think Frankie was a little nervous when Stanton turned around? That's a big boy.
Hell yes, he was. Lindor said as much after. He's like, well, listen, I wasn't looking for a fight. By the way, that is the wrong team to pick a fight with.
They're big boys.
Hell no. I don't want any part of that. I don't want that rock-looking guy.
Wait, scary, man. I'll tell you that much right now.
Once again, you are watching Baseball Today, a part of JOMBOY Media. Thank you for your support as we continue. And boy, we get to subject number 3, and finally we get to our 9th no-hitter of the season. Corbin Burnes was fantastic in Cleveland, went 8 strong, 115 pitches. So for you, what was the bigger headline? That we had a record-setting 9th no-hitter, or that Burnes was not allowed to try for the solo no-hitter? Or, I'm going to throw one extra part to it, that Cleveland was no-hit for a record-setting 3rd time in a single season. Damn it, I had to put that in there.
I want to give you a virtual hug. I know it's been tough to watch your boys this summer. You know, all the uproar about Corbin getting taken out, I think, is a little – it shouldn't be there. Like, even Corbin himself said, like, I knew I wasn't going out for the 9th. They do have bigger aspirations, and a no-hitter's great. Combined no-hitters, okay. But I'll tell you what Corbin would rather have than a no-hitter. Longevity in his career, a World Series ring, money from a contract. Like, these things are what's important. A personal goal like that, I'll tell you, like, Corbin's probably going to have another chance to throw a no-hitter. This particular game was not the time to stretch him out. I think Counsell did a really good job. He was at 115 pitches. It's the most pitches he's thrown all year. He's got a career in his belt this year. They have World Series aspirations, and that's the most important thing. That's why he got taken out. Hader did the job, so he gets the no-hitter.
Yep.
But I don't think anybody should be, like, mad that he didn't come out and pitch the 9th.
Nope. Every time I watch this team play, and they dominated the Indians this weekend, a team that's really struggling at the dish, I just think to myself how well it's going to play in October, man. God, they just have so many arms that can just – you're going to be hard-pressed to score 4 runs in a game against them. If you do that, kudos to you. I think the biggest storyline is that the Indians have been no-hit 3 times this year, and Zach Plesac has started all 3 games. How the hell does that happen? Really?
Like him, I don't know.
That is so weird. I mean, they even asked Plesac about it. He's like, I don't know. I got no idea. It's just bizarre. That was weird. And
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't put it past my boys to maybe get no-hit a 4th time. There's still time left in the year.
Might as well.
Just go for it. Let's keep piling it up. Why not? Jeez. And by the way, 0 problem with Corbin Burns not coming out. 115 pitches, not only a season high, career high, I believe.
Yeah.
So you're good. Have a seat. Because what if he got pressed to a 9-pitch at bat and got a pop out? Now you're at 124, and all of a sudden you're looking at 135 to get a no hitter. Like, nah.
Let me ask you this: if he was at 100 pitches, you send him back?
Yes. Now here's the better question: what if it's 115 pitches in a perfect game?
I don't know, man. Baseball's crazy. I think you have to let him go at that point, which sounds dumb. Like 15 pitches, changing your whole outlook on the situation is interesting, but 100 pitches, perfect game, you probably let him go, right?
But then doesn't it take everything that we just talked about and flush it down the drain? It really shouldn't change.
You're right. I don't know. It's tough. That's the one time manager's earning his money right there, having to make those tough decisions. Somebody should have asked Craig Counsell that. Now, he could have given the managerial staple response of, well, we weren't in that situation. Yeah. But play the what-if game with me, Craig, for just a second. Just a second. All right, Toronto. Holy shit, did they have a crazy 4 innings between the end of Saturday night's doubleheader and the beginning of Sunday's game where they just were touching home plate all the time. They scored 22 runs on Sunday. But I think the big story is what happened Friday night with Robbie Ray and the O's skipper Brandon Hyde, where there was some yelling back and forth. And
miss the fucking ball. We ain't saying shit. Keep fucking go.
Brandon Hyde. He was arguing with somebody, I'm not sure who. Swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball upstairs. Big strikeout. First out of the inning.
What do we make of it? Jimmy did a great breakdown, by the way. Go check it out. What do we make of the whole thing?
I don't know. Another situation, like a pitcher's hearing things. Maybe he was tipping, maybe he wasn't. So I understand why he's frustrated, but like you can't chirp into the dugout. Like that's just the one thing Lindor did that, pissed the Yankees off. You can't chirp into someone's dugout. If you do that, like things are going to happen. I honestly don't have that big of a problem with how Hyde reacted. Like that's his dugout. He's allowed to say stuff, like he got caught on a really hot mic, like you could hear everything he said, but like that's just part of the game. I'm happy the Blue Jays took care of business. I hit him with a "what is you doing, baby?" when they were getting beat.
Yes, you did.
And then they came back and they won 3 out of 4. That's exactly what they needed to do. If they did not win 3 out of 4 and say they split that series, we would have been mad at them. But instead they took care of business in a weird kind of way, like you're saying, those 4 innings were nuts. But I really don't have a problem with how Hyde handled the situation. I know he had to apologize. You're supposed to not talk to I don't know what he did wrong. He was defending.
So a few things. First of all, the power of the Plouffe Twitter is real. Okay? Obviously, the Jays had their phones in the dugout, and they were like, damn, Coach Plouffe mad. Let's turn this shit around. So that's what happened. To me, the number one thing is we have become such an apologetic society. And there are things that you need to apologize for. There absolutely are. I've had to do it in my career. I don't know if you've had to. Brandon Hyde did not have to apologize for his language. We, as a baseball communication society, are infringing on his office.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay? Not kind of. We are. So if we hear something on a mic, if you're watching the game with your 6-year-old and you hear that some salty language, don't be mad at Brandon Hyde. Be mad at the people who put the microphone down there.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you hear some bad language that you don't like as a parent and you're like, well, how do I explain it to my kid? Here's how you explain it. Sometimes when you get older and you have confrontations with another adult, sometimes you don't use the best language. You're not going to use that language here. You're 6 years old. I'm not going to use it around you, and that's it. Act like a grown-up. Don't sit there like, oh, my God, Brandon Hyde said motherfucker. Oh, he said motherfucker. What am I going to do now? Stop. Enough. Who cares? You should not have apologized, dude.
I agree.
Now, you should apologize for your team giving up 22 on Sunday.
Yeah, look, if there's anyone that has the right to cuss right now, it's probably Brandon Hyde. You got to show up every single day knowing you're going to get your butt kicked.
Right.
September, he's tired of it. Get a little frustrated there. I just need to tell people, you can pick pitches. You can take a tell and signal it to the hitter. That's okay, dude. That's part of the game. You need I understand if it's happening to you, you're going to be frustrated, but it's up to you to change something then.
I'm with you, dude. All right. Crazy weekend in both wild card standings. Give me the one narrative you really paid attention to. What was the biggest story, either in a positive light or negative light for a team?
I thought it was the Cardinals-Reds series. Good for the Cardinals, not for the Reds. The Reds had a chance to make up some games, win the first game, lose the second game. I'm back. Win the first game, lose the second game. Then they have a chance with Jay Happ on the mound, who they just put up 7 runs in 1 inning and go not too on the 1st of September, and he shuts them down. They score 0 runs in this game. Don't make up any ground on the Padres, who got beat up on by the Dodgers. They had get a little bit of breathing room in that wild card, and they just didn't do it. And I guess on the flip side of that is kudos to the Cardinals, because now they're back. They took care of business, and we haven't talked about the Cardinals very much at all. And here they are, 1 game out.
And tonight they take on the New York Mets, a pair of 40-year-old pitchers going at it, 40-plus-year-old pitchers, Adam Wainwright and Rich Hill. Should be fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I've beaten up on this team a lot lately. Phillies. What the hell are y'all doing, man? We talked about it on Thursday. They had the schedule set up perfectly. And it's why I shudder. I break my own rule. I'm like, I can't talk about schedules down the stretch because you just never know. But they've got the Rockies, they've got the Orioles, they've got the Pirates, and I think they've got the Cubs all coming to their crib in the next 2 weeks. And what do they do right out of the gate? They lose 3 out of 4 to a team that can't win on the road. And Bryce Harper's hit homers in 6 of his last 8 games, and they still can't win these games. Like, guys, come on. It is there for the taking. You're not going to win every game, but win 3 out of 4. You can't lose 3 out of 4 to the Rockies.
Yeah, they're going to get a what is you doing, baby, today, for sure. Maybe they should have kept Kapler. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my God. It's brutal. It really is brutal. It's brutal.
I'm rooting for the Bills. People know me. I'm a Philly guy. I fit in there. I'm a Philly hard-working guy. But, man, they got to take care of business. Backyard, pump that team up, man.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's bizarre. I can't even call my Philly friends today. I don't even want to do it. All I want to do is talk Eagles, which is good. That's fine.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, boy, he balled. All right, last one. We saw Justin Turner and Corey Seager. I believe Corey Knebel was at the game last night, the Rams, right after they all took care of business against the Padres earlier in the day. And so, too, was my man Trevor Plouffe. We mentioned that at the top of baseball today. I'm curious, did anybody go, we love JOMBOY?
I had a few people say something about talking baseball. A lot of people were at the game tagging me in some pictures and stuff. I actually texted JT. I saw him on the Jumbotron. I said, hey, man, you look good. He said, are you here? And I said, yeah, let's meet up.
Crickets.
Still waiting, JT. Still waiting, buddy.
Yeah. But
me lately.
You know,
in India, hasn't followed me back on Instagram. And now Turner big league me at the Rams game.
Oh. We got to work on your big league game.
Anymore, man.
Dude, isn't the saying you can't big league a big leaguer?
I'm not a big leaguer anymore.
Well, you were. You got your service time.
Telling you, once you're an ex-player, no one cares about you.
Oh, you stop that now.
It's always been nice to me. I appreciate that.
Well, you know what it is? Turner's wife, Courtney, is a big Bears fan. So she probably didn't want hubby leaving her in a time of distress because she was too busy watching Andy Dalton not win a game. So, yeah. Okay. By the way, you could have said hi. I was just working right, 50 yards away. In our
You there?
Yeah. Well, our new building at NFL Network is attached to SoFi Stadium.
That's where that freaking building is. I was like, what is this? It says National Football League on it.
That's us.
I was there. I don't think you into where I was. It was a very special VIP area. You probably.
Oh, no. Yeah, I got no shot. I could barely get into the building I was working in yesterday, so I got no chance. All right, what do you have coming up on JOMBOY Media? I know you got something going on in about 10 minutes.
Going back with the boys for the Talking Baseball series recap. Going to talk Yankees again with the guys. It'll be a lot of fun. Sequence coming out tomorrow. And then we're back again tomorrow morning.
Okay. Tyler Glasnow episode has dropped. He is seemingly everybody's favorite on the Rose rotation. They love hearing from him, particularly because we want to know what's going on with him. And I think the episode is entitled Tyler Glasnow is Bored, which is so true. So we tried to find him a bunch of new hobbies to do because you can only rehab so many hours a day. You can't do it 12 hours a day. And when his team's on the road, it really sucks. So he's like, yeah, I need to find stuff to do. So we had some great stories.
I got a few. You need some help.
What's that?
I got a few ideas for him if you need some help.
I'm sure you do. You can send them in. Feel free to.
Single dude, come on.
Yeah, tweet at us at Rose Rotation or my individual feed at Chris Rose if you have a suggestion for him. We'll take it. We'll take it into consideration and deliver it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm trying to set up my next. I'm trying to get a hold of Trevor May and see if he'll join me this week because he's got a lot to talk about.
All right.
Okay. And I think that's it, man. I think we're back at it again tomorrow. The time might shift depending on May's availability, if you're okay with that.
Let me know.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it. All right. Go do the #1 podcast in the entire baseball world, Talking Baseball. Thank you for watching baseball today. We're trying to climb the charts. We're working hard at it, okay?
Yeah. What do we have to do? Rate and subscribe? I don't even know what this means. Just go, support us.
Yeah. No, you got to subscribe. Download the podcast, subscribe. That certainly helps. And then, give us a thumbs up on our YouTube channel. We appreciate it, man.
We're just a couple of boomers talking baseball. Help us out, okay?
Different perspective. That's the way I like to look at it. Everybody have a wonderful day out there. Peace.
See you guys.